We want to do a better job at offering a wider variety of skins that are focused on our champion first philosophy. So in season 2, we're introducing something we're calling variety skins, standalone one-off skins that are either from existing thematics or totally new ones tailor-made for that champion.
The first one will be Pool Party Twitch, which will be earnable on the Act 1 paid pass. And while I'm sure some of you are thinking, what about Twitch Screams Pool Party? I mean, look at him. He's a little rat and he's got a squirt gun. He would totally cause chaos at the family barbecue.
And we gave him a little Hawaiian shirt.
No, he's so precious.
So, anyways, what part of this looks like a shirt? And I'm not going to crash out in this video, but I might in the next one. And I'm going to call out someone in this video here, and you'll see as you watch this video as well. But, okay. What part of this looks like a shirt? And this is a theme that Riot has done often now, where they will purposefully call something it's not. They will willful negligence. They will gaslight people into believing, or like, I'm not sure what the reason is. They will say that sorcery or whatever in the arena will stack infinitely when it stacks to 500. Tap dancing gives you 10 movement speed when it gives you 10 and then 5. They will say Kraken Slayer is on hit, but it's on first attack, and all these other things. But this is worse, and I will tell you why. Because this is a shirt. This is not a shirt. This looks much more like a jacket. This is what a jacket looks like, for reference. One of the problems with this here, and why I haven't really cared about the willful negligence or the purposeful gaslighting in the past, is that it hasn't really had an impact, right? But skins, they cost money, right? And who's more likely or susceptible to spending money on skins? Other than people that has a lot of money to spend? It's kids and weak members of society. People that are not like able to control themselves, right? We have warning labels on chemicals and other things to tell people that they're dangerous, even though it's a common thing that everyone knows, right? So, to believe that someone might think that Twitch's skin has a shirt, which, to be fair, isn't even hard to believe that people would think, because splash arts in general, in previously at least, has been notoriously bad for portraying how a champion will actually look in the game, right? And not oftentimes, unless you have other resources to look at them, will you not be able to tell what that skin will actually look like in game. So to me, this is blatant like misinformation, false advertising, and all the other things that are negative, right? Because there's no reason to do this. You don't have to say that he has it. I mean, I would love if he did. So, I mean, if the end result is that he gets it, all the power to that, right? But at the end of the day, you should not do this. It's bad. People might be aware that microtransactions and other things are under regulation currently or review in the European Commission. So, like, for Riot to do something like this is actually weird, right? And even though I will admit I don't understand why they would say that 500 is infinite, why Kraken Slayer says on hit when it's not, like all of these minor things that are just weird and like not necessary at all. It's just weird gaslighting that has no purpose at all. So like, what's the reason behind this? Like, Riot will always have a reason for something, right? They're not stupid, right? So why are they doing this? It's not it's not like they're not doing this on purpose, right? This is on purpose, but why? And this here is malicious, okay? It's exploiting people, kids, children, and others to purchase the skin or others for that reason. And it's not good, which is why in this video, I'm urging
Hey everyone, I'm Steph, aka 100 Piece Nugget.
100 Piece Nuggets to respond to me. I have questions and I need them answered. Otherwise, I will have no other option but to expose some of the dark truths that I believe to be true. And I've done this in the past with success. People complained at me and said it was bad and I wasn't right. But at the end of the day, I got the answers I wanted and they contacted me. And I realized my mistakes in the past that I didn't do this properly, which is why I'm now giving them 7 days to respond. But with this information, I urge everyone watching this video to not send any negativity to this person, okay? I want you all to understand a couple of things here. One, even though people meme on the CEO for all the bad decisions in the past regarding skins, he's not the one at fault. It's usually the other people, such as skin team leaders or other people that are responsible for this, and not the CEO himself. The CEOs are usually just people that are like fronts or faces for the operations, and they tend to be likable people or whatever, right? So at the end of the day, if you want to solve the problems, you get to these people here. But again, no negativity, nothing. When it comes to situations like this here, the truth is enough to cripple them, if the truth is bad. So there's no need for anything else, and the worst thing that can happen to them is for the truth to be exposed, right? So this is why I'm giving them an opportunity here to answer. Otherwise, a black mark will be placed with the truth. And there is a common excuse to say that they didn't see it, but I will have a very hard time to believe that someone that actively is on Twitter and posts will not see this, especially someone with 230 followers. When I have been in contact with streamers that have thousands of views and they respond almost immediately. So for me to believe that a person of this size here would not be able to respond to someone or see a message from someone is hard to believe, okay? Which is why I will assume that if I get a response within the 7 days that has passed now, and I will actively remind them, because again, I learned from my mistakes and I will do my better to contact them so I can say that I really did try. So, but again, I will not believe that they did not see it at the end of the day. They will choose to not believe, or they will choose to not answer it, and that's their choice. But at the end of the day, the truth will then be exposed. And they're not even bad questions, okay? I just want some insight, and I think we all deserve some insight, because at this point here, we are entering a very bad territory, especially when we come to this malicious marketing and exploitation of all kinds of people, right? And it's not even in regards to that. I just have some genuine questions as to how this can happen and why, right? Because in every sense, it doesn't make sense. So either this is a massive sabotage by the people mentioned, or there's something else at play, right? Because I don't think anyone in the community would say that this is what they want. So why this is happening, I'm not sure. And I just think that generally speaking, we as humans should strive to do better than this, especially when it comes to transactions of money and exploitations of vulnerable people. But anyways, let's continue to the skin itself. This is Pool Party's grave skin, released in 2015. And this skin, with an auto tag, has a splashing sound. This is Twitch skin from 2015. No, 2025, sorry, 10 years later. It does not have a splash sound, right? This is a massive disappointment. And outside of that, just another thing to mention here that I also want to highlight is that this is not a gun, okay? So it's just so incomprehensible. Everything at every level is just so incomprehensible. Like if you ask 10 people if this is a gun, I bet you 9 would say it's not. And maybe one that would be willing to like entice this idea or this fantasy that this is a gun. Maybe, right? Like if it's some freak or something. But like at the end of the day, majority of people would say this is a crossbow. I don't care if it's a gun with like 2 latches on the side and a string that's like a prop just to make it look like a crossbow, but it's really a gun. Like that's just weird. Like come on, dude, be real. Stop capping. Like please, be real, man. We're not stupid, right? There are some normal humans here that plays this game, and I don't think this is right to just watch and observe this company take advantage of certain people, right? So I think we're going to strive to do better. So although I love the fact that Twitch got a skin and I don't mind all of this overall, I think it's a nice thing to have this highlight this terrible situation and have this opportunity to be presented where we can maybe actually get some answers for once from the people who are actually responsible. Anyways, again, just to give a short summary here, skin is terrible. People showing the skin are lying. Why it's lying, why, I don't know. And we'll hopefully get some answers soon. Otherwise, we know what happens. Alright, have a good night, evening, night, whatever like that, and take care. Peace.